Nityananda Gauranga. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Jesus Prabhupada, 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 Jesus Prabhupada. Oh, you have to click the new link. There's a new link there, not the old link. Jesus Prabhupada, 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 Shri Advaita Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, 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 Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Yeah, I changed the link. So it's in there. Here, I'll give it to you again. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Yeah, put it in your, let's see, I'll put it in your chat, personal chat here then. I don't know why you're not seeing it. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. It's in your personal chat now. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Morning, everybody. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay, reading from Chaitanya. Chaitanya, what is this here? Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, here we go. Yes. This is Madhya Lila, what chapter is this? Okay, chapter, Madhya Lila, chapter 10 in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Verse number 80, continuing on from yesterday. The return of Jagannath, Lord Chaitanya returns to Jagannath Puri. Lord Chaitanya returns to Jagannath Puri. When Advaita Goswami heard the name Sri Chaitanya, heard of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's return, he became very pleased. In his great ecstasy of love, he made a rumbling sound and danced and chanted for a long time. Also hearing this auspicious news, Haridas Thakur became very pleased. So also did Vasudev Dutt, Morari Gupta, and Shivananda saying, Acharya Ratna, Vakreshwar Pandit, Acharya Nidhi, and Gadadhar Pandit were all very pleased to hear this news. Sriman Pandit, Damodar Pandit, Sriman Pandit, Vijay, and Sridhar were also very pleased to hear it. Raghava Pandit, Nandanacharya, and all the devotees became very satisfied. How many can I describe? Everyone was very pleased, and they all gathered together at the house of Advaita Acharya. All the devotees offered respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya in return for Advaita Acharya's embrace. Embraced them all. Advaita Acharya then held a festival that lasted 2 or 3 days. Thereafter, they all made a firm decision to go to Jagannath Puri. All the devotees met together at Navadvip, and with Mother Sachi's permission, departed for Niladri, Jagannath Puri. The inhabitants of Kulyanagram, Satyaraj, Ramananda, and all the other devotees there came and joined Advaita Acharya. Mukunda, no. Raghunandan and all the others came from Kanda to Advaita Acharya's home to accompany him to Jagannath Puri. At that time, Paramananda Puri came from South India, traveling along the banks of the Ganges. He ultimately reached the town of Nadia. At Navadvip, Paramananda Puri took his board and lodging at the house of Sachimata. She provided him with everything very respectfully. While residing at the house of Sachimata, Paramananda Puri heard the news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's return to Jagannath Puri. Uh, he therefore decided to go there as soon as possible. There was a devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu named Dvija Kamalakanta, whom Paramananda Puri took with him to Jagannath Puri. Paramananda Puri very soon arrived at Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's place. The Lord was very happy to see him. In great ecstasy of love, Lord worshipped his lotus feet, the lotus feet of Paramananda Puri, and in turn Paramananda Puri embraced the Lord in great ecstasy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Please stay with me and thus show me favor, accepting the shelter of Jagannath Puri." Oh, my Lord Chaitanya. Oh, how merciful you are. Paramananda Puri replied, "I also wish to stay with you. Therefore I have come from Bengal, Gaudiya, to meet to Jagannath Puri." At Navadvip, Mother Sachi and all the other devotees were glad to hear about your return from South India. They are all coming here to see you, but seeing that they were delayed, I came alone very quickly. There was a solitary room in Kashi Mishra's house, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave it to Paramananda Puri. He also gave him a servant. Swarab Damodar also arrived the next day. He was a very intimate friend of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, and he was also an ocean of transcendental fellows. When Swarab Damodar was residing at Navadvip under the shelter of Sri Chaitanya, uh, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his name was Purushottamacharya. After seeing that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order, Purushottamacharya became like a madman and immediately went to Varanasi to take sannyas. At the conclusion of his sannyas, his spiritual master Chaitanya Ananda Bharati ordered him, read Vedanta Sutra and teach it to all others. Swarabdamanar was a great renunciate as well as a great learned scholar. With heart and soul, he took shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. He was very enthusiastic to worship Sri Krishna without disturbance, and therefore, almost in madness, he accepted the sannyas order. Upon accepting sannyas, Purushottamacharya followed the regulative principles by giving up his tuft of hair and sacred thread. But he did not accept the saffron colored dress. Also, he did not accept the sannyas title, but remained as a Naistika brahmachari. After taking permission from his sannyas guru, Swarabdamodar went to Neelachal and accepted the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then all day and night, in ecstatic love of Krishna, he enjoyed the transcendental mellows in the loving service of the Lord. Mm. Swarab was the limit of all learned scholarship, but he did not exchange words with anyone. He simply remained in a solitary place, and no one could understand where he was. Swarab was the personification of ecstatic love, fully cognizant of the transcendental mellows in relationship with Krishna. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He directly represented Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his second expansion. If someone wrote a book or composed verses and songs and wanted to recite them before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swarab Damodar would first examine them and then correctly present them. Only then would Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agree to listen. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was never pleased to hear books or verses opposed to the conclusive statements of devotional service. The Lord did not like hearing rasabas, the overlapping of transcendental mellows. It was a practice of Swarab Damodar Goswami to examine all literatures to find out whether their conclusions were correct. Only then would he allow them to be heard by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swarab Damodar used to read the poems of Vidyabhati and Chandidas and Jayadev Goswami's Sri Gita Govinda. He used to make Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu very happy by singing these songs. Swarab Damodar was was as expert a musician as a Gandharvas. And in scriptural discussion, he was just like Brihaspati, the priest of the heavenly gods. Therefore, it is to be concluded that there is no great personality quite like Swarab Damodar. Sri Swarab Damodar was very dear to Sri Advaita and Nityananda Prabhu, and he was the life and the soul of all the devotees, headed by Srivas Thakur. When Swarab Damodar came to Jagannath Puri, he fell flat before the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh, my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya, oh my Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Offering him obeisances and reciting a verse. Oh, ocean of mercy, oh, ocean of mercy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let there be an awakening of your auspicious mercy, which easily drives away all kinds of material lamentation, which easily drives away all material lamentation. By making everything pure and blissful, by making everything pure and blissful. Indeed, your mercy awakens transcendental bliss and covers all material pleasures. By your auspicious mercy, quarrels and disagreements arising among different scriptures are vanquished. Wow, these verses. Do you like these verses too? Aren't they fantastic? Isn't it so true? I just want to read them and taste them and relish them. I also want to explain them, but I don't know what to do. I want to do both at the same time. It is so perfect. You see, this, if you can say, wow, I can relate to this, because you're a recipient of that mercy, you're very, 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 very fortunate. That means you've got the mercy of devotees of Lord Caitanya, headed by Swami Damodar. See? That means you're in the real line. See, you become a recipient. All those things become true for you. Everything in that prayer was true for him and true for those who are actually associates of Lord Caitanya. That's why devotees are very pleased to hear these beautiful verses, composed perfectly, perfect truth about the glories of becoming a devotee of Lord Caitanya, which you only really can do through a real devotee of Lord Caitanya, who's a recipient of mercy. Pretty simple. If you're not a devotee, you can't make devotees. Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master, are certainly the associate of Lord Caitanya, are certainly the recipient of the mercy of Lord Caitanya, can also make other recipients of the mercy of Lord Caitanya, where they feel that mercy of the Lord coming to them when they chant the names and the pastimes of the Lord. It takes away all their material miseries in no other way. Some people forget that. I've forgotten it before. I tested it out. Some people even here now are forgetting it. Forgetting how much they get a taste of that mercy by associating with devotees, and they say, "No, it's not my path." Are you kidding? Not my path. What a slap in the face! Persons who get so much benefit from the Lord. No, it's not my path. Boy, does that make me mad. Don't worry, Lord Chaitanya will teach them. See, because it's extraordinary. It's hard to get that how extraordinary this mercy is. Sometimes you got to test it out, even though you don't know you're testing it out. I can't imagine some other path being like this. Unbelievable. You cannot get this mercy in any other path. There is no way, man. You'll be looking for a zillion years. That's my experience. I tried. I went to this path and that path after having the mercy. I even tried to. It's just like that verse in Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur where he says, "Worship thousands of gurus if you wish." This is in the Nectar Moon of Lord Chaitanya. Worship thousands of millions of gurus if you wish, but the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is is different than that. And that's why I went to tried all these gurus in ISKCON and all these guys and realized, no, no, I had that mercy from the beginning. Okay? I can only accept real associates of Lord Chaitanya headed by Prabhupada. And anybody else, they have to come here because I haven't seen it anywhere. It's definitely not it. See, you can tell by what they teach. If they know if they've been lucky and they got the revelation that it's about the mercy of Lord Chaitanya just coming in a line and getting it now, because we have everything. We have Prabhupada was just waiting by writing the books, just getting everything ready, so we can very convince people about the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's why you see, 1996, this has my full approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. See, do more of this. Get that mercy out, man. Get people to get it, to convince them about them. Show them that this is the best path. See, you got to show and tell and teach and all that. See, your mercy awakens transcendental bliss and covers all material pleasures. See, it covers it because it's stronger than the material pleasures. When you're relishing these transcendental mellows given by just being pleased by welcoming Lord Chaitanya. You see, like these devotees, Lord Chaitanya would they just by thinking about the Lord had arrived in Jagannath Puri, they were all pleased and happy. And they couldn't wait to go see the Lord. Okay? Well, how are you going to do that 550 years from then? Oh, well, got good news for everybody. We do it every day. When you're pleased and you're looking forward, oh, when are we going to have Sadhu Sangha? See, we bring Lord Chaitanya here, don't we? Can't you tell? If you can relate to these verses, that means Lord Chaitanya's come. He's giving you that special mercy. If you're pleased, you say, oh, where's Gauri Das? Where's Sadhu Sangha? He's late today. Exactly there, River. Where's Sadhu Sangha? He's a little late today. Like today, I was late. If you were thinking like that, I don't know if you were. Where's Sadhu Sangha? See, you're looking forward to Lord Chaitanya appearing, because that's why I come here. I come here for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, appearance for the being happy that the Lord is coming and meeting the Lord, the transcendental Lord. Just by hearing about the Lord, He comes. It's exactly the same as being back then over in Navadvip and hearing news of Lord Chaitanya appearing in Jagannath Puri, just by the happiness that's devotees. See? And just by meeting the Lord and even thinking about meeting the Lord, see, and just by thinking, that's what we do, thinking about meeting the Lord, you get that grace. See, you get that bliss that covers all material desires. Mm. Oops. Easily drives away all kinds of material lamentation by making everything pure and blissful. That's why I was saying this path is so perfect. Everybody can come here, especially now. Material lamentations. What did I say? Lamentations and what's the other thing? Yeah, it drives away all kinds of material lamentations. Oh my God! This died. That died. I lost this. I lost this. I lost my money. I lost my gold. I lost my friends. See, that's how you know. The Lord sometimes tests you to show you how you've overcome it. Like you come here and you get this special mercy of the Lord, and people, they look at you like, You don't belong to us anymore. You're darn tootin'. You belong to the Lord now. See, He's spiritual. They're material. Their desires are material. Used to be used to be fulfill their material desires. And now you can't do that anymore because your spiritual desires have been activated by proper association with something spiritual object in the form of Sri Guru. See, a real associate of the Lord activates your spiritual desire. Okay? Why? Because it covers, when you get this mercy of this ecstatic love of appreciating, welcoming the Lord, He welcomes you, you welcome Him. And now you got this thing with God. That's why the Lord came here. You think that form was material? Lord Chaitanya's form, it was completely spiritual, man. If you feel like you welcome that Lord, then you get into this relationship, man. You just welcome the Lord. What did Jesus say? Behold, I stand at the door and knock. That's Lord Caitanya. Behold, He stands at the door and knocks, right? He knocks in the form of His representative in this world. Behold, we stand at the door of ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Smitis, and we knock first there. Hey, knock, knock. Anybody welcome the devotees? Yeah, usually not, right? Unless they're really looking for something more. No, no, no. No, please don't come in. No, no, no. We don't want to hear about the mercy of Lord Caitanya. We have these big gurus here. We have Radhanath, the Jayapataka. See, but nobody knows this mercy. You have to meet a real associate. See, and they just explain what's in the book. That's why you can be really confident here. Oh, am I not explaining what's right there in the book? This is all the mercy of Lord Caitanya, withheld until now, so that people can get it. This is my true path. All of my stumbling, tumbling, and wandering in this crazy, sad world led me to this door. And I thank God that Srila Gaur Das and the devotees of the Amazing Grace Place for this incredible blessing. This is the only real life and the only real purpose. Okay? That's who's giving her that. Can any man give that realization to somebody? No, only the Lord. See, the gardener in the house, in her house. See? That's revelation. That's realization. That's a real understanding. See? That's real witness. See? Just like she says, it's just a verse. The verses are like that. This is the only real life. This is the only real purpose. See? It's just like a verse from Prabodhananda. Lord Caitanya, Nectar Moon of Lord Caitanya. Lord Caitanya is the only meaning for one advancing in spiritual life. Otherwise, you won't advance, not in this Kali Yuga. There is no other path like this. There's no way are you going to get over all the obstacles. No way are you going to cover all the lamentation. Amazing verse. I love this. See this. You see the stature of Swarab Damodar. He wouldn't even talk to anybody, man. He'd just go and do his intimate bhajan alone. And then when the devotees would meet, oh, he would be very happy to go and meet with the devotees, meet the Lord. See, that's why, those who get this mercy here, very happy. The only problem that devotees have with each other is the contamination that they still might have. It gets a little confusing. But as that's all worked out, then the devotees are very pleased to be together. To meet. Because when we meet here, who do we meet? Who are we here for? Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna, right? We like their association. We call them, we invoke them. This is our ritual. This is our sacrifice. The demons, they have their sacrifices too. They're calling Lucifer. They're calling the dark one over there, the dark god. But he's so limited. Yeah, I even heard about the Rothschilds. They have a place for Lucifer in their house, the place set up for him, where they eat, like the devotees, they feed the deity. Well, they also feed their deity is Lucifer. And you know what? It says they never really leave their house much, or at all, maybe, because Lucifer can only appear one place. This is Krishna teaching. Lucifer is his shadow. See, the shadow is limited. See, the real Lord. I mean, see, that's just the shadow. They really believe in their God and their shadow. That's why everything they do is dark and the mode of ignorance. They do dastardly things. They offer children to their God like this. It's kind of it's crazy actually. It's really insane when they could be worshiping. And that's why I say we're here. We can see just by the fact they're worshiping some God. Oh, you have potential in that way. You can just turn that worship into this Lord. This Lord, my Lord, is unlimited. He can appear at any place. Just like Prahlad. Remember Prahlad when his father said, does your God, can he appear in this pillar? And Prahlad said, yeah. And he came out of the pillar. See, Lucifer, the dark shadow, is limitation, limited. Everything's limited. Their happiness is limited. That's why they're always looking for more. See, more power is not enough just to condense. You notice, isn't that amazing? In the world, everything was pretty more or less going on pretty good. Yeah, and it's like, wait a second, man. There's too much freedom here. We need more power for us and less for you. See, it's crazy mentality. See, that's motive, passion, and ignorance. You don't think straight. See? See, worshiping the Lord is unlimited, unlimited bliss. See, and He appears anywhere. Like I could go anywhere. A lot of times, when I move around a little bit, I get more ecstatic. I gotta do that a little bit more, maybe. I remember there was a time I like every few days or something, I had to move somewhere, and then I'd feel Krishna. That's like Krishna says, "Yeah, man, I want to move around. I want to socialize. I want to give this out to move around, see things. It's just like, so it's like Narada Muni. You get the curse, but this here is pretty good too because I'm moving around on the internet. I'm going here and there. So spread these videos far and wide here and there and everywhere. Let us spread the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. It's very easy to get just by coming and associating with this devotional family here. Oh, very amazing. Very easy. Make it clear to everybody. Yeah, I couldn't imagine anybody finding a path, another path. This is the only meaning for it. In Kali Yuga. This is it, man. If you really want to get out, you ain't going to find any other path to transcend the mundane, to transcend the planets, to transcend all of these things, astrologies and tarots and all of this, angels and these demigods and is only this. You have to have that mercy of being a devotee of Lord Chaitanya, which comes through the real line. That's why the Lord came. It's no joke that Lord Chaitanya is the avatar for this age. If you come in the real line, I'm only here to distribute that mercy and that connection with Lord Chaitanya. That's it. It is so extraordinary. There is no other meaning to my existence here. Is to relish this association and to share it with others. No other meaning at all. Nothing means anything other than that. Nothing has any real meaning. And when you the realizations you get, you see the universe as it is. It's empty and meaningless without God, without an intimate relationship with God. Not just like, oh, it's all about God. Yeah, yeah. How connected are you? How much do you feel that, Lord? How, are you in love with the Lord? Does it show that you love the Lord more than anybody loves a person in this world? Like your child, you would die for your child. Would you die for the Lord? by preaching the truth. Is sometimes you might, something can happen here. I mean, look at me. I don't hold anything back, right? It's been known that these gurus, they could be mean. They could be murderous. You don't think so? Look at the Pharisees. Look at that guy who wrote the guru business. Look what happened to him from the gurus. And people are worshiping evil and they don't even know it. This Jewish rabbi, I was listening to him. It was very interesting, actually. You could see the mentality of these guys. This guy was a Jewish rabbi, a famous one. And he just spilled all the beans. He said, "That's too late for you guys anyway. So I'm going to tell you the truth." And because they want to express themselves. They want to be, just like devotees. They want to express themselves, express the truth. Prabhupada he was still holding back a lot. See? That's why he did all this stuff in his room and everything, because people, they have to be able to handle even blessings, even truth, even wonderful happiness. It's shocking. Just like it's shocking what these devils, these demons want to do to this planet. Very shocking. So they withheld. And now, because everything's out, they did an expose. This guy says, "Hey, man, he just showed his loathing, the loathing that these people have for people in general. He says, you guys aren't the chosen ones. That's they think about people generally in the world. Oh yeah, you guys, you're not the chosen ones. So we just get you to work for us. We make you slaves, debt slaves. You know, see and we create all these systems to bewilder you, and you just go along with it. They call them goyim. You know it. We're people like us. We're considered cattle, just to be herded. And you can see it. You can see people in general. They're being herded. They're being herded. Can you see, as you develop in consciousness, you see the Lord shows you how his mind works. It's a herding process. That's why you see, I am the shepherd. I am the good shepherd, Jesus said, right? See, and he shepherds people who want to go to God. That's the meaning of the bona fide spiritual master, is the Lord uses you to shepherd people to him. Because his Maya is shepherding people to the slaughterhouse. Literally, now it's all this stuff here is all now it's all coming to light. Everything, all those people taking that mark of the beast. See, you're like a beast now. See, the mark of a beast. See, they say mark of the beast. It's actually mark of a beast. You are a beast now. You track them. You trace them. Okay, you know what's going on inside them. You control them from within. All that stuff. So see, that's Maya is hurting people in that direction who belong to her. Okay? So do you want to belong to the transcendental God, the transcendental Lord that's full of blessings and mercy and happiness and get over lamentations, even the lamentations coming down now? You're not amazing we come here and get over lamentation. It shows you this is really true. That book is really true. These words are really true. It works. It works like a charm. I just meet some people here, like I met this lady here. Everything starts to become auspicious and like, wow, it's never worked like this. And then she says, well, this is not my path. Oh, thank you. My Lord will show you. Sometimes you got to learn. Highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion. Huh? Reality is when you find Lord Chaitanya's mercy through his devotees, then everything becomes auspicious in your life. Everybody remember that. And once you decide, I don't think I need this anymore. Thank you very much. I feel very satisfied. Yeah, everything's starting to go good in my life and everything. Now I'm moving on. You think that mercy is going to stay in your life, or are you going to run out of gas? You filled your gas tank. Could you imagine if I stopped coming and I stopped, like, oh, thank you, Lord Chaitanya. You made my life really nice now. Man, things are flowing really nice. I'm getting, oh, very nice. Oh, I think, I'll go to Buddhism or I'll go look for something else now. See, that's not very intelligent, is it? So, everybody, just see what the Lord has done in your life and stick with it, then it'll grow. You know, Otherwise, you'll run out of gas at some point because you're just riding on it. I've seen this all, how many times I've seen this. That's why I speak about it now to give people a second chance because you may not come back for this whole life. You get covered over. We're just the size of an atom. And see the new age people, they're like demigod types, the vegetarians and all this. They think, and all this stuff, but they don't know how small they are. All of us, we're very, very small, and the Maya is very, very big and very, very bewildering. It is only the mercy of the devotees. These devotees here are extraordinary. It's like being back 550 years ago and having that association, those kind of devotees. And if you're rejecting them, if you reject here, it's like rejecting them. And if you reject this association, Maya will just rush in. You're outside the circle. Remember, uh, Lakshman told Sita, see, that's the person starting to grow a little bit of bhakti. See? He said, stay inside this circle here of influence. He drew it. See? Otherwise, you go outside, you'll be bewildered. You'll be captured by Maya. See, what was he captured? What was she captured by? That's like all of us. We should be. See, this is all meant to be relevant for our development. We're that budding bhakti in the circle. See, and the bona fide Lakshman represents the bona fide guru. Lakshman, Balaram, and Nityananda. They're all the same person. They show us how to protect our bhakti, how to develop our bhakti, how it's awakened. The bona fide representative is a recipient of Lakshman, of Balaram, of Nityananda. They know how this works. They're experienced devotees. Okay? They know what happens when you step outside the circle. They've stepped outside a few times themselves to learn. This is all devotees. They were experienced. They know what it's like. Okay? The problem is those who step out of the circle here, they may be gone for a lifetime or two. It's only you have to have a strong connection to bring it back in. Look, my ex-wife, she's still outside the circle, thinking something else and some other. Look at Mahavira, look at Meena, they're still outside. They think they're inside, but they don't have the symptoms of being inside. This is not, oh, you think you have the only thing. No, well, we have a genuine connection with Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna, and it shows. See, it shows. We show it. We show that we get the mercy. That I can't force God to come here every day. Well, if you're a deep devotee, maybe you can. By just you call him, he comes. He loves his devotees. His devotees welcome the transcendental Lord. They know that Lord, and that Lord knows them, and they're very pleased to be together. Isn't that this pastime? The devotees are very, very pleased to be with Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is very pleased. See how eager that devotee was? Who was both of them, Swarab Damodar and the other were Parmanandapuri, and they came first. They couldn't even wait. They didn't wait. See, they were renowned sannyasi types, so they could just pick up and go, and they did, man. Oh, the Lord's there! Boom, they were gone, man. And the Dwight and the others are householders, so they got to arrange everything, get everything, get the house in order. But these guys are ready, man. They're all ready. Their hearts were all ready. But householders, they got to make arrangements like this, you know, to come. But the sannyasis, they're right there. And that's how wonderful the Lord is, man. The only reason they took sannyas, you know what the reason was? Especially Swarab Gavanar, just so he could be ready at every moment, and just because he could go and associate with Lord Chaitanya, because that was same thing with Gadadhar Pandit took sannyas, just because they felt, well, if I take sannyas, then the Lord is a sannyasi, then I can associate more with them, more in the intimate circle. That's the only reason. Yeah, no other, not to take sannyas to follow austere. They would do that anyway, because they were of that type. But the main intention was to be very close to Lord Chaitanya, because they liked being close a lot. Yeah. Ah. Cool. Your mercy awakens transcendental bliss and covers all material pleasures. By your auspicious mercy, quarrels and disagreements arising amongst various various different scriptures are vanquished. The Lord Chaitanya is the only meaning of one advancing in spiritual life. Relationship with Lord Chaitanya is the only meaning, because it covers all material pleasures. You automatic renunciation in that way. I mean, not like you have to. I mean, God, if you didn't get hungry and you didn't eat, you would die. I mean, you got natural pleasures, but they're in control. They're not like overwhelming. You're not like spun out by them. You ever see people spun out by material pleasures? They just overdo everything. They're too much everything, too much pleasure, too much this, too much that. But devotees, they're more moderate because of this balance. See, Lord Chaitanya is the balance for us all. A relationship with the transcendental God, whether it's Christ, whether it's Allah, whatever way the transcendental Lord is the balance. When real love for you may not know exactly how the Lord exists or what, but if you feel love for that transcendental Lord, it has its style. It covers your material pleasures, puts you in balance. You know what is real. You know this relationship, which is the only real thing in this universe, actually. Love for God is the only thing real in this world. That means God is here, and that means the devotee is here. They're the only real things here. Everything else is an illusion, man. If you don't have this pure transcendental love, this is called Bhakti Lata Bij. It's the only real bind, energy, creeper that could be in this universe, because it's not from this universe. This is the universe of Maya. This is all the modes of nature. It has to come into this universe. Like Jesus said, I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world. This is this is I'm in this world, but not of this. What world was he of? He was of the spirit world, the world beyond all the modes of nature. That's all devotees, man. Was Lord Chaitanya of this world? No, he was of the spiritual world. You get even a more clear picture, because Jesus, he just spoke, and you could see there was something extraordinary about his uncommon knowledge. But Lord Chaitanya came and showed more. He says, "Oh boy, you look at Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda and the devotees, you could tell they were not from this world. Why? You could see they had spiritual emotions, not material emotions. People of this world, they have material emotions, right? They love their dogs, they love their cats, they love their goldfish, they love their money. They love their sons, they love their daughters too much. Those of the spiritual world, they show you that they love God, man. What does it look like? A lot of tears, man. A lot of, happiness. That so much you're laughing like a mad woman or man. That's the symptoms of people from you can see even now in our sangha. People can say that people even here they can say I'm not of this world anymore. I've been changed, man. I've been transformed, into spirit. Spiritual emotions, a spiritual mind. I love to hear about Lord Chaitanya coming to spirit to Puri. I love to hear, the pastimes of Krishna Vrindavan. The only spiritualized persons can love that. That's when Prabhupada came here. He wrote his books, and all that stuff, and put everybody to work. Go and work for Krishna. You ain't qualified for really. Study my books, and by you'll, you know, move along a little bit. When somebody comes to teach you what those books are really about, otherwise you're not qualified. Can you imagine anybody coming here want to teach Gaur Hari Das or even any one of his students anything? None of these gurus could teach you anything. Let them come and go listen to their class, see if you can learn anything other than, the difference between the highest truth and speculation, which is part of the illusion, right? You can give more guidance because you went in the door, you become the shepherd, teaching people the real path. Where's that narrow gate? Of all those thousands of guru, where's that one gate, that narrow gate, man? They'll get you right into the kingdom in this life that they can't do. Where is that? Because you went in yourself. You don't go in yourself, then you're like these others say, oh, thank you for the mercy, man. I'm going somewhere else. I got to find another path. They can't show anything. They can't contribute anything to you or anybody else. They just got to see the fault of that. If they don't, they'll just get more and more covered like a snowball, and then wonder, why am I miserable? Why did my sadness come back? See? You think this is just, oh well, thank you, man. Now I'm going to go somewhere else and get some. Come on, man. Where you get mercy like this? Take away all your miseries. Only place to go when you make this connection is deeper into it, more purification till you really get it clear that how amazing this grace place is. You think there's any place in this world, in this universe, better than the amazing grace place? If you find a place where Lord Chaitanya's amazing grace place, where you find that this is this kind of place, that anything could be better than Lord Chaitanya's amazing grace place, you're still an illusion. You don't have personal understanding. Wherever Lord Chaitanya's amazing grace place is, that's the place to be. Because you'll never find an easier spiritual path than this. Never. You'll never find more spiritual happiness and to find out what real spirit is beyond New Age bullshit. That's bullshit to a devotee. New Age bullshit, man. Christianity with all these alloys, it's not very good. Not so good. You need more shiksha. You need more connection with Lord Chaitanya, the latest avatar for this whole Kali Yuga. There ain't going to be any other avatar better than Kali. You might as well learn it now. You ain't going to find more mercy in this universe than this avatar, Lord Chaitanya, coming through his real associates, because that's the only chance you get to connect with Lord Chaitanya. No, but look, proof of it is ISKCON. Proof of it is Gaudiya Smriti. They don't know the mercy of Lord Chaitanya like this, do they? They cannot promote that kind of Lord Chaitanya where you feel that grace coming upon you, where you listen to the verses, the highest verses of the real associates of Lord Chaitanya, like Swarab Damani, and say, wow, man, I've got connection with that. Wow, it's really true. Lord Chaitanya does all these things. What a great prayer. Yeah, I can relate to that prayer because that's my life now. Where are you going to get such grace anywhere? You can't get it in ISKCON. You can't get it in Gaudiya Samiti. You can't get it amongst the Radhakun Babajis. I know personally, I was there. I checked it out. That's why Prabhupada came to me. He says, okay, now you know. Stay with that grace, promote that grace. And then you say you want to know Prabhupada? Well, you come here, you'll know the ecstatic side of Prabhupada that he hid from all of you in ISKCON and Gaudiya Math and all you groups out there. It's time to reveal everything that's been veiled. See, what has been hidden, see, Jesus' words come to life now. What has been what has been hidden in the closets, the demon shit going on, hidden in the closets, right? The devotee stuff going on, right? The ecstatic worship. It's been hidden in the closets, will be shouted from the rooftops, demonstrated by deed, man. See, the deed, people see, wow, look at those deeds. Those are really dastardly deeds they're doing. In the closet, now it's in the open. Wow, look at that ecstatic devotion. Wow, what they were doing, what I was doing in the closet, I didn't show anybody this stuff for years. I just happily just relished it myself. I didn't. Okay? See, that was hidden in the closets. It's hidden in Prabhupada's closets. Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, very, very old. Will be shouted from the rooftops, demonstrated in this world. The deed of worshiping the Lord in ecstasy. So people, for once and for all, that are looking for the real Krishna, the real Lord Caitanya, could say, there's the path. Yeah, that's what's in the books. Have you studied your 2 hours a day of the books of what the symptoms of an ecstatic devotee that is connected with the real Lord Caitanya is? You know, what real knowledge, deep knowledge is? Can you see when it's being demonstrated in this world again, like the Lord demonstrated it then? Can you see the ecstatic love that's manifesting here, like it was then? That means the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is being revived again. It seems unfair to fight that tiny soul needs to defeat the huge Maya. Yeah, that's why we need the mercy. We need the association of real devotees. You know, they keep us clear. You know, we stay clear here. You know, see, I know the Bhagavatam is very important. It's just, see, this, we're doing what is called the religion of the age. The religion of the age is a pure religion. It's remembering Krishna and these pastimes and these qualities and the relationships of transcendental personalities in these pastimes. That's why they came and interacted with each other and taught and wrote books and remind others. This is it. What we're doing is the religion of the age. Most Vaishnavas are not qualified to do this because they speculate, therefore they don't have an interest in it, or they get together and they speculate, you know, just they're usually doing it out of duty. You can tell on their faces. You look at the faces and the countenance of devotees here, they get it. Wow, this is really extraordinary. Wow, man, these words are like nectar. Man, I love hearing about these things. These smiles and all of that. See, this is God in the heart reflected on the devotees. Now you can go look at the classes now in ISKCON and all the on Gaudiya Samiti even. Go look at the faces of these devotees giving the classes and receiving these classes. Look at how they look. Do they look like any of the devotees here tasting this extraordinary mercy of Lord Caitanya? See, this is a deed. The Lord wants to show now. Show what it looks like when you're hearing extraordinary talks about Krishna. Seeing extraordinary chanting of Krishna's name and Lord Chaitanya's name and pastimes. Extraordinary realizations and revelations. These are the valuable jewels in the revealed scriptures. Leading people to the mercy of Lord Chaitanya so that they stay there, stay put. See? Catch that fish and put him on the land. and so they don't go back in the water of Maya. Okay. By your auspicious mercy, by your auspicious mercy, quarrels and disagreements arising from different scriptures are vanquished. See, because why? How does that happen? Quarrels and disagreements from the various scriptures, because each scripture is teaching a path, right? And you follow the path, there's a result. See, but when people see the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is so extraordinary, wow, these devotees, they have, look at the intelligence they
Something happened to the sound.
got. Oh,
It's very low.
okay, let me check here. Thank you there, Tom. Hare Krishna. Oh, is it back again? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
It's very, very low still.
Is that true there? 'Cause it keeps.
Janaki confirmed.
The sound has changed, Maharaj, because I've got my headphones on. It's quite low still.
Okay, so I'll refresh here. Let me refresh this thing. It shouldn't be that way, but
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
okay. Any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So your auspicious mercy pours forth transcendental mellows, and thus causes the heart to jubilate. See, that's why you need to find the real line, because the devotee is engaged in relishing these beautiful exchanges with the transcendental Lord. See, the Shuddha Bhakti potency. See? And when you get that mercy, see, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, by the mercy of Radha and Krishna, whatever your God is, a mercy of Lord Chaitanya in our line, the mercy of the Lord your worship, he sees the sincerity in your heart, even if you're outside of the line. If he sees your heart is sincere, see, then you'll get Guru, you'll get the real associate. See? And then you get to see that by the getting, you'll get that mercy so that you can experience transcendental mellows. The Lord Chaitanya came to this planet to transmit, to teach about, to demonstrate the worship of God in this very intimate relationship called the mutual exchange of transcendental emotional exchanges. They call transcendental mellows. It's very, very wonderful. It's a taste, like a fine wine of all the other wines and in the world, the finest. It's one of these finest things. See, there's these mellows, and they're spiritual, they're pure, and they're purifying. They purify the heart. They purify the hearts of others. And you can only get it from those who are relishing these mellows. That's why it says the verses tell you I only repeat the verses because I know they're very true. I see them in action already in our preaching over the years. It is not by renunciation that these other groups were teaching. It's not by austerities. It's not by pious deeds. It's not by regulative chanting. It's not by doing sadhana bhakti that one attains Krishna of Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who chant the holy name, transcendental mellows, in great ecstatic love. See, that's transcendental mellows. It's through those devotees. That's why you see people that actually they haven't actually done a course and they haven't followed the ISKCONs and all these other groups in Vaishnavism. But if they come here because they're going through a devotees who chant holy names with great ecstatic love. They get onto this path. They begin to taste this nectar. There's no other practical way. It's too high. It's too hard to get on your own. You have to just receive the gift. Isn't deliverance, isn't it savior? Savior means just receiving the gift they bring to you. Otherwise, you're not saved. That's why any intelligent person, intelligent devotee realizes they need to be saved. See, that's why if you don't accept the Savior is a real associate of Lord Chaitanya in our line. If you don't, that's why if you don't become a disciple, that means you're going to do it on your own. Okay, go ahead. See if you can defeat my Maya. Go find another path on your own that you're going to save yourself. That's what people, they come here. Oh yeah, this is not my path. I don't want a savior, man. I don't need a savior now. I got what I wanted, man. I don't feel sad anymore. Now I'm just going to go out there and save myself. I'm already saved. Okay. See how far that goes. I don't need a guru. I don't need it. In other words, you don't need an associate of the Lord. I'm surrendered to all associates. I'm surrendered to my disciples who have ecstatic devotion. Why not? My Lord is living inside them. It's the only real thing in the world, man. I'd rather worship my disciples who have ecstatic devotion than 1,000 ISKCON gurus who don't have anything like that. To me, that's the only thing real in the world. If they don't got it, they ain't worshipable. That's why I speak like I do. Sorry, man. None of you. You prove that you've got real Bhakti Lata beast. You prove that you have these transcendental mellows given by the real line. You show me that you got Prabhupada's real mercy, where you chant the holy name like he did in great ecstatic love. Otherwise, you're insignificant to me. You're like the demigods. They're insignificant to me. But if anybody's like, sometimes they come and promote astrologies and all. What is that? Astrology? I ain't. The demigods worship any real devotee of Lord Chaitanya. Just like a devotee, I'll worship Lord Shiva, but I worship Lord Shiva in the right way. I worship him as a person who's a recipient of the mercy of his Lord, and he loves that. Because that's how it works. Okay? Yeah, if you want to go to God on your own, alone, are you kidding, man? That's not the way it is, man. That's an illusion. Maya tricked you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Your auspicious mercy pours forth transcendental mellows and thus causes the heart to jubilate. See if you can relate to that. That shows you a recipient of mercy. Your mercy, which is full of joy, your mercy, which is full of joy, always stimulates devotional service and glorifies conjugal love of God. You see how the devotees like this very intimacy. You can see on their in the way they worship and what pastimes they like to hear. They like to hear the real intimate ones, like this. This is a prayer of a very intimate devotee. I always love this prayer. This prayer of Sora Damanar is so full of the deepest truths of the conjugal mellow. Actually, only if you're in the conjugal mellow can you write a prayer like this. Only if you're full of the conjugal mellow can you explain the prayer like this. Can you give some kind of real purport that's real and not speculative? So, Tom, give us a word.
Whoa. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There was a question from Andromeda about bliss and samadhi. No, bliss and what was the other word? Yes, samadhi.
Mm-hmm.
Could you please give brief explanation between samadhi and this bliss here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, samadhi is more like a Brahman thing. If you think about it, the person goes into samadhi and they're it's a communion with Brahman, more or less. See, you're in this ecstasy and all this, but you don't know the Lord. You know, it's just a kind of a homogeneous um, samadhi. It's more of a liberation thing. It's basically just you. Okay? The deeper Bhagavan realization is it's not just you. And that's actually, you can hear this when people speak about samadhis and all this, they're usually they don't talk about the transcendental Lord. See, the devotee samadhi is based on a relationship with the name, the fame, the pastimes of the Lord, which are our connection with the transcendental form of the Lord, beyond this blissful energy. That's kind of the blissful energy of the Lord is wonderful. I mean, it's the what do you call the rays of God, and some people just meditating on that in this samadhi. But devotional service is more realization in that. You realize that's why it's like samadhi is in one circle, the rays, the outer circle of the rays of God. That's the liberation stage. Very wonderful, amazing. You know? And then within that circle, no, out what circles that Brahman is this Paramatma realization where you feel God is in your heart. You feel the same kind of bliss, and also the, that the Lord God is in your heart. Now you're starting to feel more relationship with the more personal. It's like there's you and then there's the Lord together, and it's getting more clear. See? And as you go deeper in Revelation, you see our books teach very deep revelation up to the ultimate end. See, there's Bhagavan realization where this relationship thickens and gets condenses and becomes even more tasty, more relishable, and it's more upon God as a person. That's the idea of the deity worshiping the deity is the practice. There's you and then there's the Lord. See, in the real samadhi, that's not clear. You don't see that there's you as your spirit form. It's individual and it's eternally individual, but it's meant to commune with the deepest revelation and understanding of the Godhead, of the absolute truth. See, this is what we get here. This is Lord Chaitanya's mercy. You notice the devotees showed externally, but it was an internal truth. See, they go and meet the Lord. That's why we go also and meet the Lord by mantra, by the pastimes, and get this extraordinary exchange of transcendental bliss. See, and then our purification is by this engagement in meeting the Lord. See, so person goes into samadhi, and it's like, well, that's all you can do. You just go into a samadhi, and you got the rays of it. You don't know exactly how the deepest revelation of the Lord. That's only like, so the Brahman is in one circle, it's one circle, and then within that circle is a bigger circle. That's the Paramatma, and within Paramatma is the Bhagavan level. This is your by, and that you can only really practically get not by chanting, your offensive rounds with no feeling and all that, is by the association of liberated devotees in that have that relationship. That's the mercy of Lord Caitanya. You get that revelation very easily, which is usually extremely difficult. See? And now you have a relationship with the Lord, and you get everything from this. Your spiritual development comes for the Lord Chaitanya. That relationship becomes the only meaning in spiritual life, advancing in spiritual life, because there's no other path like this. This is special. Once every 4,320,000,000 years, do you get either meet Lord Chaitanya or his real associates and come on this path. Nobody else can, unless they're a real associate, they can't bring you onto this path. None of these gurus, which I haven't seen any real recipient of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, they're all false followers right now. They could become real followers, but they got to come to a real associate, and they're so rare. That's why, as far as I can see, this is the only practical place to get such a relationship. Why? Because we're doing it. People can come here and see. People are getting a relationship with Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna right before their eyes. It's being demonstrated without being repressed again and pushed down out of the awareness of the world. We're doing it every day, showing the extraordinary mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Okay? Yeah, I mean, there's no other meaning, and the devotees demonstrate. I mean, you don't see me teaching anything else, any other path here, huh? I mean, in 5 years, have I taught anything, any other path but the mercy of Lord Chaitanya? And you guys are still around. How come you're not bored? See, this is people who don't really get enough of this mercy. They get bored. Oh, go hard. Why are you saying the same thing? Where one person says, "Oh, I just, I do a little of the chanting, but I don't like to listen to your classes." You say the same thing over again. See, that's illusion. The person's an illusion. Too bad. And they don't care about the mercy, the association of real devotees. This is their chance, to get out of this illusion. They prefer association with mundane persons who are in illusion. It's unfortunate, actually. Every time I see this happen. The more you get Lord Chaitanya's mercy, then you'll overcome boredom. Everything's boring but the mercy of the Lord. I love the ever freshness of it. I love when I come here and chanting, it becomes deeper, more clear, more revelation and realization. And I think it's just that fun. Because ecstatic nectar. That's why when you stay in the circle and all will be well. You'll advance. See, because it's ecstatic nectar every day, that is why I come here. Yeah, I mean, see, that's because you really see. That's the reason why Prabhupada taught the rules and regulations and all that, because he knew some people at a particular time would come and get the completion of why you're following these rules and everything is to ecstatically worship the Lord, to receive the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Even Bhaktisiddhanta was preaching like this. You know what he did? He would have his devotees, the neophytes, the beginners. He would have them, he said, read Chaitanya Bhagavat 108 times. And after that, read Chaitanya Charitamrita 108 times. He knew that the power of this mercy of Lord Chaitanya, he was hoping it would kick in with some devotees. But that time is now. You notice we spend a lot of time on Chaitanya Leela, Chaitanya chanting also. Because we really need that mercy. See, we need to be pleased by hearing that name, hearing the name of the devotee. We need that kind of pleasure. We need to have with the pleasure that those devotees had meeting Lord Chaitanya. We have to have that by mantra. Okay? Then we can really know Radha and Krishna more. By the mercy of Lord Caitanya, we get, and his associates, we get Radha and Krishna. We get Radha and Krishna through them. See, who was Rupa Goswami? He was a devotee of Lord Caitanya. And through going through the devotees of Lord Caitanya, we get the mercy of Radha and Krishna. Who was Krishna Das Kaviraj? He was a devotee of Nityananda. Okay, that was, and also, and became connected to the mercy of Lord Caitanya through the devotees of Lord Caitanya. And then the next stage, what? Radha and Krishna. Who was Prabodhananda Saraswati? See, and both these devotees wrote the highest books, Govinda Lilamrita, right, by Krishna Das Kaviraj. But they were all devotees of Lord Caitanya. That's why you see Krishna Das Kaviraj wrote that beautiful book, Chaitanya Charitamrita, as well as Govinda Lilamrita. Who was Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur? He was a devotee of Lord Caitanya first. Well, actually, first Lakshmi Narayan, then Lord Caitanya, Lord Caitanya. And what happened? He got the mercy of Radha and Krishna. He went to Vrindavan, associated with all these beautiful Goswamis who were also devotees of Lord Caitanya. And by their mercy, Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi was born. First nectar moon of Lord Caitanya, showing how important Lord Caitanya is. Amy Rose, like one of our favorite verses, Madhya Lila chapter 20. The transcendental mellows generated from the dealings between. Look at this Amy quoting these verses. Unbelievable, huh? Isn't it amazing? Look at the devotees coming here. Aren't they? They're so simple and so beautiful. Like flowers, beautiful flowers. Generated between the dealings of the gopis and Krishna cannot be tasted by means of fruitive activity. Yogic austerities, speculative knowledge. That's why you need to hear from a devotee. Get your speculations about Krishna and the path and everything. What the real path is from experienced devotees who relish the real path, taste the real path, love the real path. You know who the real path is? Lord Caitanya. You know who the real path is? His real devotees. That's why you need to be instructed by his real devotees who reveal the real path, either in this life or a previous one. See, the transcendental mellows generated cannot be tasted by anything. Regulative devotional service. See, people say, "Oh, I'm just going to do regulative devotional service, and then I'm going to go on to the level of spontaneous love." Right? That verse, that's from Prabhupada's book, says no. Mantra, yoga, or meditation. See, you can chant Hare Krishna with offenses. Krishna Das Kaviraj in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 8, verse 31 or something in there, around that voice. You can chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for millions of lifetimes and not attain the love that you see here in this Sangha. Can you imagine? No, you can't imagine. You just got to hear it. See? You cannot attain the kind of ecstatic love that Lord Caitanya had and gave and transmitted, and his devotees had and transmitted. Millions of lifetimes. Well, why do you think you, by your offensive and your regulative devotional service, you're going to attain? That love is manifest right here, man. It's its style. You laugh, you cry, you choke up when you chant Krishna's name and Radha's name, Lord Chaitanya's name. See, this sweetness can be tasted only through. See, if you're thinking Gaur is always repeating himself, look at Amy. She's also repeating herself. Look at Johan repeating themselves. But we love to repeat ourselves because this is how you do it. You taste the truths that need to be heard. They need to be enunciated in this world to bust all the illusions that people are following. These are choice verses, perfect verses, written by perfected devotees, perfected by ecstatic love. Oh, they're worthy to be glorified every day, again and again and again and again. Bhagavad Gita 10:10, again and again and again. They show the real path. What is the real path? What is the highest attainment? The love of God. See, this sweetness, this is everybody needs to hear this again and again. This sweetness can be tasted only through the spontaneous love of liberated persons. See, the spontaneous love of liberated persons who chant the holy names with great ecstatic love. That means you can't go to, say, like a liberated person like Eckhart Tolle, or like, say, Radhanath preaching liberation. Whether he is or not, who knows? I don't know. But you can't get it through him because unless he can chant the holy names Radha and Krishna with great ecstatic love, where people can see that you are doing it, that you are a recipient of the mercy of Lord Caitanya and his associates, to be able to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in great ecstatic devotion, or Lord Chaitanya's name in great ecstatic devotion. If you can't do that, you are not in the real line yet. So you might as well come from the back of the line to the front of the line. Always got to come to the front. Doesn't everybody? Don't you always? If you could do it, if you can like circumambulate the etiquette, wouldn't you always want to come to the front of the line? Do you like to wait for mercy? Do you want to wait many, many lifetimes for mercy because you're in the back of the friggin' line? Wouldn't it be nice if somebody says, "Oh, by the way, I know the person where we're going. Here, come to the front of the line. See, get in first." These other guys, they gotta wait. These gurus gotta wait for lifetimes. Even the gurus tell them, "Oh, I'm sorry, you gotta wait many lifetimes before you're gonna get the prema that's happening in Lord Chaitanya's amazing grace place over there. Sorry, you're following my word, not following his word." See, my word also, his word bears results there, right? Narayan Maharaj's word, yeah, the result of taking many lifetimes before you get prema, right? Yeah, his word comes there. But Gohari's word also comes true, right? In this way. What you want? People get ecstatic devotion, man. They chant the holy names, great ecstatic love. What? Look at River. Look at Lalita Ganga. Look at Johan. What is that about? Must be that verse must be here. It must be real. The mercy of the Lord. That verse is real here. See, it's not just a verse in a book you don't understand that you speculate on, right? It's a verse that's here, that's manifested before the world, demonstrated the deed of ecstatic love being given to the world. But it wasn't in the Narayan Raj group, was it? They even said, "Oh, prema, so high. You got to work your butt off. You got to be superstar devotee. You got to get rid of all your material desires first before we talk about even a little ruchi, which is some taste." But that's not the real mercy of the Lord. The real mercy of the Lord is in the book. I'm preaching what's in the book. It's authorized. I was ordered to preach what's in the book now. Not what's outside the book. That preaching's outside the book. I'm preaching inside the book. This is the inside. It's through the devotees here who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. That's the path, man. Can you see that's the path that everybody's looking for? This is how you go in this door, this word here, not some other word that puts you in some other direction. No, this word that's exactly like the book. Guru Sadhu Shastra. Everything. Guru Sadhu Shastra is here. See, Shastra is here. The Guru is here. And sadhus, that's you guys. You go in the door and you show people, "Oh man, this works, man. Look at me. Look at River. She's chanting the holy name of great ecstatic devotion. Amazing, man. She's not perfect. Everybody knows she's not perfect, right? She gets a little angry, anger issues sometimes, right? Just like St. Peter. He even says right in the letter, St. Peter had an anger issue, but the Lord didn't stop him from getting the mercy of Jesus and being a saint. The Lord ain't waiting, man. You got to know the mercy of the Lord. The mercy of the Lord is known here and preached here. The mercy of the Lord is you come here because the mercy of Lord Caitanya is here. And the Lord ain't going to wait for you to go get over your anger issues and your condition. He's going to jump right into your heart, man. The core of your heart is going to be revealed. Radha and Krishna can be revealed in there. Right, Amy? Right, Fanny? Right, Shamagori? Right, River? Right, how many rights do we have? Right, Janaki? Right, Govinda? Ooh, you see, we know what we talk about. We're not inexperienced persons. We're here to defeat Maya. Illusions. Bring on your illusions. We'll bring on the truth, man. We'll dissipate all the illusions, man. We'll knock the block off Putana, the false representative of Lord Chaitanya's mercy. I can't help it. This verse inspires me, man. These verses are just my life and my soul. My Wheaties make me into Popeyes. My spinach, these verses. Makes me bold. You guys too. Isn't it amazing? Huh? You get strength. These verses come from devotees. They're life and soul of the devotees. They are Lord Caitanya incarnate in the form of these beautiful verses. And the only good thing you're going to get here is a transcendental thing, is the desire to promote the real God in this world. Thy will be done on earth as it is in Mayapur, the eternal Mayapur, and the eternal Vrindavan. Thy will, that's God's will now. He wants Vrindavan here. He wants Mayapur manifest here. I don't have to build a huge material temple, physical thing that's sinking over there. We build the Lord's house here. Wherever we are, we manifest Lord Chaitanya's grace. Wherever we are, Radha and Krishna's grace. Moving temples. Okay, they got a nice temple there. Big, huge deities attract people. Oh, that's the neophytes. Wow, this God must be here because you see how big the deity is, right? Go look at the Panchatattva. They're huge, bigger than people. See, that's why people are attracted by the big. They go to big. They don't care much for big bhakti that you can get. It's here we have the big bhakti that makes the big deity. The real deity is big here, really huge, because there's big bhakti here, and really huge. There's big truth here, big, huge truth. Yeah, I don't have to go through all the work and chisel out some huge deity, man. I chisel it out this way with the truth every day. Chant Hare Krishna, Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda. We just chiseling out the deity, make a huge deity, huge bhakti, man. Huge truths, clear, clarifying, purifying. If cannot do that, then you are in a washing line. Yeah, clothesline. A clothesline is everybody. That's why you see that's the beginning thing. Beginning is you put on the dress. Oh, look at me! I got my little cap on. With the Jewish thing. Oh, look at me! I got my dhoti on and my neck beads and tilak. Right. See, now I can identify. You know why they put tilak on in India? It's just so people could say, oh, he's from the Vaishnava. That's why you see there are all kinds of different tilaks, right? So you can identify the religious order of people. See? So that's the beginning. You see, oh, this person's a Vaishnava. Oh, this is a Shivite. He's got Shiva tilak. Oh, this person's a Vaishnava. Oh, very nice. You identify everybody's order. Okay? But this is the supreme order. See, this is the inner order. See, this whether you have tilak on or no tilak, dhoti or no dhoti. Can you identify? See, we're here to teach people how to identify the inner order, the real order, the eternal order. See, the natural order. The natural order, see, order is what orders you? Is it an external order? Is it rules and regulations and putting your tilak on? You see, I'm with the order. You think that's the real order, or that's just the semblance, the shadow of the real order? See, the real order is inner order. It means, love of God is awakened. You're in your relationship with the Supreme Lord. What did Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, I think? He said, today this science, or one of the chapters, I don't know what the page is. But anyway, this science today of your soul's relationship with the Supreme is now again taught from me to you. See, acting as guru. Only the guru who is in their eternal relationship with that transcendental Lord can teach it. Only they know it. See, that relationship is how your life is ultimately ordered. Oh, wow, my life is in order. It's so amazing. I don't need the regulative order to be just to regulate everything like that. Maybe the body, but not. No, my life is regulated. See, by the true nature of my relationship with God. My love for God orders my life so nicely. My natural love for the Lord, see? It just orders everything perfectly. It purifies everything perfectly. It inspires everything perfectly. Inspires your activities perfectly. It teaches the ultimate truth perfectly. It gives real blessings perfectly. Everything's perfect in this relationship. I remember. So, Tom, read that. I remember Sharmaguri's.
Let's see. Shamaguri. I remember the time, my time, being in ISKCON, reading about the stage and levels that one should attain by performing devotional service on the level of rules and regulations. I said to myself, will I ever be able to attain this real, pure love and devotion? Hearing here from you and devotees of our Sangha, I know that one day I will attain this wonderful spontaneous devotional stage. For 108% sure, by the causeless mercy of my ecstatic Gurudev and devotees of our Sangha family.
Yeah, you see the path here. You see, it's visible. You can see it. Wow, this is a path, man. This is the path they can't teach you that, because by the rules and regulations can only bring you to this point of hearing the confidential truth, the confidential path. It's simply by being like a Maharaj Parikshit, like being an Arjuna. Isn't that amazing how simple it gets? This is the conclusive truth. This is what the Bhagavatam teaches. This is what these gurus can't teach you, how to be like Maharaj Parikshit. You know why? Because they're not like Shukadev Goswami. You got to be like Shakudev Goswami. You got to be a recipient of the mercy of Lord Caitanya, and it has its symptoms. You have extraordinary, uncommon knowledge of the absolute truth, and you have uncommon ecstatic worship of the Lord, just like the books teach. The reason why Lord Chaitanya's Leela is so sublime and postgraduate and must be understood is because even when you read Bhagavatam, you don't see the demonstration of a lot of tears, do you? There's not a lot of, there's some talk about Prahlad was in ecstasy and all that, but it's very brief, right? You don't know how important that is. Same thing with Bhagavad Gita. You don't know how important those tears are and everything. But you learn that in Chaitanya Lila, how important the tears are in Chaitanya Bhagavat. You learn who are the real recipients of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. See, because they have a lot of tears, a lot of ecstatic laughing, a lot of, a lot of extraordinary spiritual emotion, deep revelations that come from that are expounded in Chaitanya Lila. That's why if you come here, you understand these clear symptoms of who has the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. Because we're teaching that. That's why you see this is the gateway to love of Radha and Krishna. People don't know because you don't see a lot of that. Claire, you can go even in 10th canto. Where do you see a lot of the tears and emphasis on the full range of a devotee? Only in Chaitanya Lila is it more clearly manifest. In a hidden and an unhidden way. It's hidden to those who are non-devotees, to these gurus and their followers in ISKCONs and all that. It's hidden to them. See, it's exposed but not exposed. It's like the demons say, they tell you what they're doing. It's hidden in plain sight. See, the Leela is also like this. The Leela of the Lord Chaitanya is hidden in plain sight. See, everybody has Chaitanya Charitamrita that's in ISKCON, or they have access to it, right? They have access to Radha and Krishna's pastimes. But do they really understand them? Can they taste these pastimes? Can they relish their contents to the point of tears and all the symptoms that the devotees who relish these contents in bygone days had? That we don't see except here. At least I haven't seen. Oh, that's too, see, the thing is, oh, that's too confidential to show and to preach. Oh, really? So therefore, nobody gets it because there's no role models. Well, that time has changed. See? The Lord has changed his mind. He says, okay, don't hide this anymore. Right? Prabhupada said, has my approval. Do more of that. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. Reveal Chaitanya Charitamrita. I wrote the book, so you distribute it. You speak about it. You glorify these principles. You teach them as this is the will of the Lord. Thy will be done on earth as it is in the spiritual world. The world of Vrindavan, not just Vaikuntha. Right? Isn't our line Vrindavan and Mayapur? Right? The ecstatic line. Not thy will be just rules and regulations like they do in Vaikuntha even. Thy will the Lord came here. He came as Lord Chaitanya to give more than Vaikuntha, didn't he? He came here to give Vrindavan worship, to worship by hearing the pastimes and becoming ecstatic. Hear these deep truths without speculation. Remember, didn't Swarab Damodar? He would check all the verses to make sure they agreed with the conclusions of the revealed scriptures. Otherwise, the Lord didn't like to hear them. See, the Lord likes to hear these truths. It awakens bhakti in people. It purifies their hearts, purifies their minds. It shows the real path. The Lord's very happy, doesn't it? Do you think our Father or our intimate friend that's in the hearts of everybody likes people being misled? Doesn't he like people being led the correct way? Don't you think, like any father? Do you think any father wants his child misled? See, the Lord's shadow, the darkness. See, the whole problem is the attention of the living entities is turned towards his illusory energy. So we turn it back. See? Turn it back towards the transcendental Lord. Turn it back to the real path, which the devotee is manifesting. They are the way. Their actions, see, their action of worshiping the Lord in ecstatic devotion is the way. Okay? Their word, the conclusive understanding, is the way. Their word. When Jesus said, "I'm the way," what is the way? Just some speculation on who Jesus is with a beard and long flowing hair, and he's black or he's white? Is that the real Jesus? No, his words, man, the truths he spoke is God, man. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. Well, that's an intimate devotee, man. The Lord comes as that devotee to speak conclusive truth and liberate you. You see them, you see the real path because they're speaking to you. You see them, you're hearing the real path. If you're facing them and your ears are open and they're not like this, you're hearing the real path. And if those words enter your heart, you'll feel the real path. Ecstasy will awaken. Bliss. So read Andromeda's statement there. So these.
Let's see. So these peaceful, boring, enlightened types are just not desiring real bhakti? Question mark.
Oh,
Just
yeah. Wait. So, see, it's a question mark. Yeah, see, peaceful, boring, and light. Yeah. And actually, compared to this, it's boring. They don't know that. Just like the Vaidhi Bhaktas, they enjoy doing their rules and regulations, many of them. Or maybe they just do it out of duty. They maybe not even like, well, they're trying to work on it. But for us, it would be boring, because it's external. Even the Lord said he said this Brahman level is kind of devotional service. You're beginning of it because you're in contact with the spirit of the Lord, his energy, right? He said that's external bhakti. And that's why you see on the go look at Eckhart Tolle. He's got some kind of realization, but look to a real devotee's boring. It's like, and people who don't know any better are impressed. They think, "Oh, wow, that's impressive." Okay? The same thing with the regulative devotional service, because that's everywhere, right? Amongst devotees, everybody's doing it practically. That's all you'll see. So they see amongst each other the role models of this is, But to a devotee here, that would be boring. It's lesser. It's the even looking from a neutral point of view. See, so the Lord came here to show what is the ultimate happiness of his deepest devotees, most intimate devotees. That's why we have to teach like this. Otherwise, you will not see this on this planet unless you see a demonstration of this intimate worship of the Lord and be taught about its glories. See, the devotees show this ecstasy. And they also teach about its glories and that it is glorious. People got to hear the word. Otherwise, they won't believe in this ecstasy. They'll say it's insanity. Even Lord Caitanya had to be taught about it. He was really ecstatic just naturally, right? And then everybody thought he was crazy. See, they gave a word that was speculative. They gave a word that wasn't conclusive. They said, "Oh, he's crazy." See, they did. They went against it. Then Srivas came and gave the conclusive word about it. He said, "No, this is the highest ecstasy. Oh, I wish I could have these kinds of feelings. This is pure Krishna consciousness. This is the ultimate end of life." See, preaching about the glories. The same thing our books, they show, they talk about bygone devotees who are ecstatic feelings and all that. They talk about, see, they're preaching about that. See, but you don't see any examples because even Prabhupada was hiding it. Bhaktisiddhanta and Bhaktivinoda hid it, so they didn't show what it's in demonstration. But the books are there, right? Waiting for the time of demonstration. So we show the demonstration of the devotees 550 years ago by the grace of Lord Caitanya and being in the real disciplic line. And we take those books, Nectar and Devotion Principles, Chaitanya Charitamrita Principles, and glorify that kind of worship. And therefore, what happens to those who listen? You get purified on the highest level. You come to experience this reality because this is very real. And this is real for you could see, wow, Gaurahari doesn't stop coming. Lalita, look at River. They all come. Everybody keeps coming every day, for 5 friggin' years. There must be something special there. Who can come to a thing and go to church every day, multiple times a day, and also give, we making ministers here, They go and they give classes like they're giving a sermon. Every time, River gives her sermons, you can see she does her little thing. She's got her little preaching pulpit to glorify the Lord and to demonstrate how wonderful it is to read these books in ecstasy. Where do you see that? Here! And so you come here, you see this, you see something extraordinary, uncommon. So next, continue on there.
Just having peace and steady mind is enough for them? Question mark.
Or is it, it upside? Yeah. Yeah, see, just having, and that's because that's what they know. Especially you're living in an unpeaceful world, especially now. Look at what you see, all this conflict, right? You look on Facebook, what do you see? Everybody is like obsessing over wars and corona, the C thing, the C virus, right? Everybody's obsessed, shots, it's this obsession, always agitation. It's everybody's consumed. I remember before you can there was more, like stuff about philosophy and higher consciousness. Now it's all, oh my God, just constant agitation, isn't it? From both sides. You're going to see churning. See, so a lot of people think, oh yeah, let me just have a peaceful mind because they got no peace. Even before that peace, people are not at peace because there's the threefold miseries. The question should be, which you can ask here, because nobody can ask this question. They don't even know there's threefold miseries: miseries of the body and mind, miseries of the like your emotions and your mind state, mental, miseries of the body, miseries of other living entities. They don't know that. Miseries of the demigods. They don't know. They're in them. They're experiencing them. They don't know how to get out of them. Well, I'm glad you asked that question out there. Or let me ask it for you. How do you get out of them then? How do I stop being miserable? Well, you want to try the Eckhart Tolle way where you get a little peace, steady, some peace and calmness. Or go to Sadhu and hear his speculations. You want to try find peace that way? Probably more hard. Or you want to find peace the ultimate way, like this. And you want to find more than peace. You want to find ecstasy, rapture. Do you ever hear Eckhart Tolle or any of these liberated gurus talk about ecstasy? You ever hear about Sadhu? I don't know if he does, but maybe he just talks about it. He doesn't look very ecstatic to me. He looks kind of peaceful, sort of. He does, actually. He doesn't really look. He doesn't look at peace to me. But to others, I could see why he'll. It's almost like a show. I mean, even the verses say, only a devotee of God, only a devotee of the Lord is found ultimate peace, the ultimate rest. Real devotee, not talking about it. Not if you found God really conclusively and you're worshiping the Lord in ecstatic love, you'll show not only peace but this rapture, like the saints. You read about the saints; they were go into rapture and a lot of really deep things, that kind of stuff. It's when you find the deepest thing. Go ahead, read some more there.
Okay. Um, I much prefer this ever expanding, loving, and blissful personal relationship. It feels like my heart is overflowing.
There you go. See, that's the witness program. See, you show the world that there's something else. Yeah, and so when you see, like you can go and read out. See, anybody can do this. If you want, if you feel strong enough to preach, you can go up there, do a Facebook Live, and read the books, show the world, show them this path. Otherwise, Eckhart Tolle is going to be showing his path, right? He goes up there, does lectures. You got to pay for them too now, you know. But if you show that you're a recipient of this mercy, then people know where it is and how to get it. Sorry, Marge, coming off. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming there, River. She's got to get off the machine. Yeah. So as you get stronger, then the desire to
To show your priorities.
yeah,
We can show the priorities.
yeah, yeah. I mean, show that. I mean, when ultimately you show the world this overflowing relationship, and show them they have a way to get this also. Otherwise, they stay in this world. Without the mercy of the devotees, there's no real. People take more births and all of this stuff. So many. They need this mercy of the devotees' example, actually. Yeah. Okay, you know what? I think we'll stop for a while here. Thank you for coming, everybody. I'll see you
Wow,
soon.
beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Very happy.